Hi guys, welcome to Science Chomp. Today we're going to be looking at Snell's Law. Now, if you haven't watched it, make sure you check out the video titled Refraction Basics, because you need to know this in order to do Snell's Law. But let's quickly summarize what Snell's Law is. It's n1 sine theta 1 equals n2 sine theta 2. This is basically the relationship between the incident and the refraction angles of two media. So what does this all mean? Well, if you have a look at this, air is the first medium, glass is the second medium. Okay, so N1 would be the refractive index of air, and N2 would be the refractive index of glass. Then you've got theta 1, which is the angle of incidence, which is always measured from the normal line, and theta 2 is the angle of refraction, which is this one. Again, is measured from the normal line, so you're measuring that much from there. Okay, so N1 sine theta 1, N2 sine theta 2, that equals that. Okay, let's get right into it with an example. So I've got this one. It says a beam of light hits a sheet of float glass at an angle of 30 degrees. What is the angle of refraction? Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is we've got to write out our equation, because you get a mark for that. So N1 sine theta 1 equals N2 sine theta 2. Now for this you're going to need a calculator, because I can't do sines in my head. Okay, so I've got my calculator here just in case. And N1, remember, it goes from air into float glass. N equals 1 for N1. So 1 times sine, the angle of incidence is 30 degrees, equals N2, which is 1.52, times sine theta 2. Now, angle of refraction, that's theta 2. We don't know what that is. That's what we've got to work out. So let's first of all work this out. Now, 1 times anything is that particular number, so we can scrub that. We can ignore that completely. So sine 30 equals 1.52 times sine theta 2. So we go sine 30, which equals 0.5, equals 1.52 times sine theta 2. And then what we do is we divide both sides by 1.52, or we basically take this over to the other side. So 0.5 divided by 1.52 equals sine theta 2. So let's do that. Divided by 1.52, which equals 0.3, let's call that 0.33. Now this is sine theta 2. In order to get theta 2, what we've got to do is this. Theta 2 equals sin minus 1 on your calculator, or sine minus 1, 0.33. Okay, so let's work that one out. We go clear that. I go shift sin, that's sin minus 1. And on this Casio, I've got this answer, which is basically the previous answer. And then you go equals, and it says there 19.2 degrees. Okay, that's how you work that out. Nice and easy. Hope that makes sense. Let's give you another example. So there's no words here, it's just this. It says find N2. Looks complicated, but don't get bewildered here. It's the same thing. So let's have that handy over there. So N1 sine theta 1. Don't take shortcuts, because you will lose marks. All right, so you always start off there, 1 mark straight away. Okay, N1 is 1.5 times sine 45 equals N2, which we don't know, times sine 65. Okay, so first of all, let's work out these things. All right, so I'm going to run out of space, so I'll just work it out here. So sine 45 is equal to 0.7, and then I'm going to do times 1.5, which is 1.06. So I'm just going to write it over here, because otherwise I'll run out of space. N2 times, what's sine 65? Sine 65. That is 0.91. Okay, so what I do is 1.06 divided by 0.91. What I'm doing, in case you don't know the mathematical theory, if it's times over here, it becomes divide over there. Okay, and that's what I'm doing. So N2, I'll write it over here. N2 equals 1.06 divided by 0.91. N2 equals 1.06 divided by, which equals 1.16. Okay, there we are. And that's it. That's how you work out problems using Snell's law. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.